What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I got a quick video for you guys tonight, and I want to make sure I make this worth your time. So what I want to talk to you guys tonight is about the Xbox Ally. So Xbox is going to come out with a handheld, and they are partnering with Asus, as you may know, right, to essentially make a better version of this. This is the Asus ROG Ally, the first generation. This is the one with the Z1 Extreme. When Asus released this product, they actually released two of them. There's one with the regular Z1 chip, and there's one with the Z1 Extreme chip. I got the one with the Z1 Extreme chip. Later on, they went ahead and they listened to what the community was saying, the things that they wanted, better battery life and stuff like that. And they released the Asus ROG Ally X, which is the best Ally and easily one of the best recommended handheld PCs out there. Now, if you own one of these, okay, jumping up to the Ally X is going to give you better ergonomics, and it's going to give you better battery life, and it's going to have more memory as well. Now, the good thing about this device here is that you can open this and you could go ahead and add another battery to it. You could go ahead and add more storage to it yourself if you wanted to do that. But this is my stock Asus ROG Ally. I haven't done anything to this. The only thing that I have done to this Asus ROG Ally is I have installed SteamOS on it just to see how it runs with SteamOS. But as you can see, it is back on Windows. Okay, I just prefer Windows for me because I like the option of being able to use Game Pass. Okay, now Xbox is teaming up with Asus to make another one of these, another handheld PC, but it is an Xbox. The problem is that some people are claiming that it's not an Xbox simply because it is not an Xbox console, meaning it doesn't have the normal characteristics of what a console would have. What disappoints me is the different arguments that are being said, okay? This one right here that I have in my hand is not an Xbox. But I can play Xbox games on it. Not only can I play Xbox games on it, I can play my Xbox games. If I buy a game that is play anywhere, meaning if I buy it on the console, I can also play it on here, okay? One of the arguments that people have against the Xbox Ally is saying that you can't play your console games. That's a lie. That's a lie. Now, can you play every single console game? No, because it's not a console. But at that point, this is my argument. I've seen people use Fable as an argument, okay? Fable is from the Xbox, the Xbox One era, right? So that would be like someone saying that a PlayStation 5 is not a PlayStation because it cannot play PlayStation 3 games. Nobody in their right mind would say that, because you would sound stupid if you said something like that. If you claim that the PlayStation 5 is simply not a PlayStation because it can't play every single PlayStation game that's been released, you would look dumb. And you know this. So when people try to say that about the Xbox Ally that's coming out, same thing. If the shoe fits, wear it. They're dumb if they're telling you like, hey, it's not an Xbox because you can't play games like Fable on it, or your whole library doesn't transfer over. That's like saying that a Nintendo GameCube is not a Nintendo console because it can't play Nintendo 64 games. It's the exact same method, exact same thought process. Listen to me. The problem is this: people don't want to accept that Xbox is moving into a more PC-centric type of hardware. For me, that's exciting. I want to see what they can do with this. I want to see what happens with the UI, and I want to see what comes out of this. My biggest excitement for this new Xbox Ally is it's going to be a handheld PC that has a Z2 Extreme chip on it. Now, like I mentioned before, MSI Claw already makes one with a Z2 Extreme chip on it. I want to see how this one does. As time goes on, there's going to be firmware updates, and it's going to be running better. I'm excited to see better technology in my hand. Plus the fact that we found out from Gamescom that you're going to be able to plug it into a TV and it'll automatically upscale. With this here, the Asus ROG Ally, I have videos on my channel where I have this plugged into my 4K TV, right? And the TV itself will try its best to upscale it. Some games look perfectly fine. Other games don't look that well. I'll be honest with you, okay? There's other methods as well. With something like this, you could connect the eGPU to it and also play it on your TV. Shout out to my boy IsoMotion Gaming. He actually has an external graphics card for his Ally X that he uses to play the more demanding games. So this technology is phenomenal. Now, what the Xbox Ally is going to be doing is some new technology that's automatically going to upscale it. Because remember, this is a 1080p screen. So for all the Xbox gamers out there thinking about whether or not they should go ahead and purchase the new Xbox Ally, price does matter, right? Because it's your money. A $900 piece of equipment to play games is a big deal, okay? Now, obviously, can do more than just play games, but I have no need to lie to you. I don't browse the web on this very much. I don't pop on YouTube on this very much. I typically use this just to game. Whenever I do hop on YouTube on this, it's just because of convenience and it's just there. But my main thing to watch YouTube on, I'll be honest with you, would be my phone. I'll even watch YouTube on TV before I watch it on this, right? Again, just being completely honest with you, this is mainly for gaming. So to buy a piece of hardware for $900 just for gaming can be a little daunting when for another $300, let's say you spent $1,200, you could buy yourself a pretty nice PC, a decent PC, or $1,500, a decent PC, and now you're gaming on your TV, you know, whatever the case may be. That's why that technology of upscaling is going to be extremely important, right? Because we want to see how that works. Now, the Xbox Ally also is going to be able to take advantage of other storefronts like Steam, Epic, everything you could do on a PC. Same thing, Steam, Epic, Xbox, all of it, okay? I don't know if people are trying to use that as a deterrent, as they're saying, well, that's not an Xbox because the Xbox should only be available to buy from one store or one platform, but that's not a flex. A machine that has the leverage of using multiple storefronts to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to buying a game really matters. Whether or not you want to buy the game or whether or not you just want to rent it via Game Pass or you want to rent it via EA or you want to rent it via Ubisoft. People try to act like Xbox is a problem when it comes to renting games when there's so many subscription services out there. GeForce Now, if you want the good GeForce Now, you're paying for a subscription service without getting any games. Like, you still got to buy the games. But I don't see anybody really talking bad about GeForce Now, right? But I digress. Listen. The Xbox Ally X, when this thing comes out, the only thing you need to worry about is how is it actually performing? Whether or not it's an actual Xbox, don't even think about that because it is an Xbox. It's called the Xbox Ally X. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's an Xbox handheld. Oh, is it? Can it play Xbox games? If somebody asks you, can the Xbox Ally X play Xbox games? And you say no, but yet you out of your same mouth can say that your PlayStation is playing Xbox games, again, I'm sorry, you're just not a smart individual. You're just not a smart individual. Forza Horizon 5 is an Xbox game. PlayStation can play Xbox games. So if the PlayStation can play Xbox games, but then you're going to claim that the Xbox Ally X does not play Xbox games, again, it doesn't make sense. And I'm not trying to be mean by any means. I'm not trying to like be harsh or anything. I just want you to think critically. Is it a console? No, it is not a console. But even then, it's better that it's not a traditional console. In my humble opinion, it's way better that it's not a traditional console. Because what's the advantage? What is the true advantage of a console over a PC? The simplicity? Well, if this UI works, this should be simple as well. Let's see how well it works. Because right now, there's another handheld PC out there called the Steam Deck that seems to have simplicity down pretty tight. right? The Lenovo Legion Go S seems to have simplicity down pretty tight, right? So again, we are in a situation right now where we have to wait for this product to come out and then we can actually judge it. The other thing that I've seen is people are comparing the Xbox Ally X compared to a PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm sorry to tell you. Just from a pure gaming perspective and access to games, the Xbox Ally X is going to have way more access to games, period. You're going to be able to play way more games than a PlayStation 5 Pro can, okay? Number two, the Xbox Ally X comes with a screen already. It already comes with a screen. If you buy a PlayStation 5 Pro, you got to figure out a screen to connect it to it. Again, if we want to get petty and stuff like that, right? Which, I don't know, you're going to buy a $200 TV, a $100 TV to stay with the same price. Okay, again, it's a 1080p screen, but it has VRR, and the color gamut on these on this one at least is like 99% RGB, something crazy like that. I'm assuming that the Xbox Ally is also going to have a pretty nice screen, right? So the biggest mistake with that right there is trying to compare a console to a PC, period, okay? The Xbox Ally X is a PC. So by default, it should not be compared to the PlayStation 5 Pro. In all honesty, it's not fair to the PlayStation 5 Pro. The Xbox Ally X is going to be a better deal, even at $900. If you're going to spend $750 and you can't afford the $900 to buy an Xbox Ally X, I'm going to tell you buy Xbox Ally X. Why? Because you're going to be able to play the majority of the PlayStation games. Yeah, you might have to wait. You're going to be able to play all the Xbox games, okay? You're going to have access to Steam. You're going to have access to Game Pass. The only ecosystem that you're going to be missing, or the games that you're going to be missing, are the Nintendo games. And that's if you're not willing to, you know, sail the seven seas, as they say, right? So again, I don't like that comparison because there's no need to compare that. And this is not a console war at this point, because the Xbox Ally X is not a console. So stop comparing it to the PlayStation 5 Pro, okay? For the traditional console gamer, what Xbox is trying to do is they're trying to have you pick up the new Xbox Ally X, and to you, it's going to seem like a console. That's what they're hoping. That's what they're trying to do. The same way when people pick up a Steam Deck, to them, it seems like a console. It has a console-like experience. That's what they're hoping. When you pick this up, when you pick up Asus ROG Ally and the Asus ROG Ally X, oh, you know it's not a console. It is full-blown a PC. The way you got to set up Windows and everything, you know it's a PC. So I hope that helps, okay? I hope that helps. It's going to be a more refined, more powerful Asus ROG Ally. That's what the Xbox Ally X is going to be. And if they execute that, and they execute it well, I mean, that's only great for gamers. It's only another option. You don't have to buy it. It's only another option. Okay? Next time somebody tells you it's not an Xbox because you can't play Fable on it, ask them, do they think the PlayStation 5 is not a PlayStation because you can't play Infamous 3 on it or Infamous 1 on it? Ask them that question. And of course they're going to tell you, no, it's still a PlayStation, right? And even then, you could play those games on the cloud on this, right? That's another thing. I've seen people try to compare the PlayStation Portal to a Xbox Ally X or an Xbox Ally. Please don't do that. The PlayStation Portal is not a standalone machine. It needs you to have a PlayStation 5. It needs you to have great internet connection, and it needs you to be tethered to that PlayStation 5. It needs that PlayStation 5. The Xbox Ally X will run on its own. Even if you're playing on the cloud, it is still running on its own. It doesn't have to be tethered to your Xbox. Now, you can do that. You can remote play it if you wish. See, there's a huge difference. With the Xbox Ally X, the same way as this Asus ROG Ally, you can remote play, okay? With the PlayStation Portal, you have to remote play. There's no option. That's a big difference. I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions on this, I wish my channel was big and I'd be able to get Xbox to send me one of these, or Asus to send me one of these, because I really do love these handhelds. And I mean, in my house, we have the Asus ROG Ally, right? My son, I bought him a Lenovo Legion Go, the very first one, the big one. That thing is amazing. My other son, Juju, he has a PlayStation Portal. Okay, so I'm not against the PlayStation Portal. I just know what it is and what it isn't. We also have a G Cloud in the house, which we also use. And then we have 4 Nintendo Switches. We haven't bought a Nintendo Switch 2 yet because nobody in the house really sees the need for one, at least not yet. But we love these handheld machines, okay? Somebody also said, I keep bringing up different points because I keep remembering. This is the last one. Why not just buy a gaming laptop. Gaming laptops are phenomenal. I like gaming laptops. Some people can't stand them. I like gaming laptop. I have a pretty nice gaming laptop. I got a gaming laptop that I have the Asus Zephyrus M16 with a i9 and a mobile 4070 in it. The thing is a monster, okay? Now, mobile 4070 is not the same as a desktop 4070, but it's better than a 3060, which is what the majority of PC gamers are playing with anyways, right? So, but trust me, it's a monster, okay? It's definitely more powerful than this, not even close, right? But the form factor is different. The form factor is extremely different. I literally take this everywhere, and in my backpack, which has a gaming laptop in it as well, I throw this in the front pocket. And whenever I'm at lunch and I'm about to go ahead and game, do you think I pull out the gaming laptop to set it up and all that stuff to play? No, I don't. This is what I pull out. I pull this out, turn it on, boom, and game, and then there you go, get a quick gaming session in during lunch if I can, and then I go from there. It's not the same. It's not the same. Would you go wrong getting a gaming laptop? I don't think so. I know a lot of people don't like them because you can't upgrade them and stuff like that, but you're not going to be able to upgrade either. But I mean, it's not the same. The form factor of this is a huge selling point as well. So again, I hope this helps. If you have any questions about handheld gaming PCs, please let me know. I love talking about this thing. Again, I keep saying that this thing is magic. Nearly every single game that I have thrown at this, it has been able to play. Every once in a while, I won't be able to play a game, or doesn't play it well. For a long time, it was Forza Motorsport, which is probably my favorite game this generation. I have so many hours in that game, it's ridiculous. But I don't know what they did. I don't know if they patched Forza Motorsport, or maybe it's just the updates that they've done to this. Now this actually can play Forza Motorsport. Granted, it only runs it at 30 FPS, but 30 to 45 FPS, but it can still play it, right? So it is what it is. DocDog1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.